Okay, so there's been a lot of discussion around Google Meet. So we're going to talk briefly about that. It is a tool that you can have a meeting with students online, and that way you get to see them face to face. There are some concerns about safety. So now that we're used to the basics of the tool, we're going to go through real quick some of the best tips for safely using this. I will tell you that the instructional technology department is suggesting Meet over other tools such as Zoom because we own Meet as a part of our G Suite. That's how we have access to it. So it's free. We have turned it on for students to use Meet, but not create their own meetings. They can, however, join one. And also, we have some control over the settings in Meet because it is one of those G Suite tools. So we are suggesting that you use it other than other products that we have no um, control over whatsoever. Something whenever you are using or making a Meet is to remember not to publish your link to an online or public space. So whether you go in and create your Meet link by going to your calendar and then setting it up in advance, or if you go in and just go to meet.google.com and start a meeting from there and invite people to join. However it is that you want to do that, that's fine. However, just keep in mind that that link, each Meet has a unique web link. So, like here at the top, if I were to go in, go to meet.com. I join or start a meeting, and we're going to talk about nicknaming it here in just in a second. This web address at the top is the exact same web address that I can use to invite others. Okay, and we want to be careful where we share that web address. Hi, back in my chair. Because if you share that web address publicly, then anyone has access to it. Whereas if you just share it in a place like Google Classroom or Dojo or through emails to your parents, then that's the safest way. I would actually go through the same process I mentioned in the first video, which is to create that link and then go ahead and tell everybody, hey, we're gonna be doing a meet, tomorrow at 11, and then just send it out at like 10:55, and immediately join the meet myself the second that I started it. Something else that we have control of now that we did not earlier in Meet. And here's your joining info once again. There's that unique web address. If you'll notice that thing that ends in P and B there is the exact same as up here, P and B. So let's say I've started my meeting. If you click on the people here, those are the participants in the meeting. Now, currently, there's nobody else in this meeting with me. So I am the one that created the meeting. You are the teacher, so you have special controls. You can click over here on participants if there are participants in your meeting, and you can actually mute their mic and you can take them out of the conversation if you need to. I just went ahead and join this for a second time so you can tell what I'm talking about. Now there's two of me here. If I click on the second person of me, remember this is me, the teacher. Right here, I can mute anyone's mic. So all of your kiddos, you could mute their mic if they don't already have it muted themselves. And that will mute them. Just hit mute. Also, I can kick them out. Okay. And that is this minus button. If a student is doing something inappropriate, I can immediately just remove them by hitting this button. And since I am the teacher, you notice that it kicked that other version of me out. And now we're back to just having one of me. Okay. So that is another thing to keep in mind. You can mute participants. You can also remove participants if that's what you need to do. Something else that's going to be very handy for us is to record all of your meetings once you've started them with students. So to record a meeting, I'm in my meeting. I go to the three dots in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to hide all this other stuff so you don't see it. Three dots, bottom right-hand corner, and just hit record meeting. Now, because I am the person who started this meeting, as soon as this meeting is over, I'm going to hit record. Please let everyone in the meeting know that you're recording them. That's just a basic safety issue. Also, please don't share this recording anywhere outside of like your classroom or directly with the parents of the students in your class because it can be a privacy violation. So I'm recording the meeting, blah, blah, blah. Let's say I'm done. I just go back to the three dots and hit stop recording. Stop recording. What this does is it is going to send me, because I am the one who created the meeting, it's going to send me a video copy of the meeting, is going to save that video copy of the meeting to my drive, and it's also going to send me a written transcript of the chat, which is right over here, anything that is said in the chat during this call. Okay, so I'm going to have all of kind of those bases covered if there were to be an incident. Then I have this video saved. Like I said, it's going to show up in your drive in a folder that is called Meet Recordings, and that is automatically generated for you. Where is that? Right here, Meet Recordings. I didn't make that, it made it for me. And all of the meetings that I have recorded in the past 2 or 3 weeks are all saved here automatically. I'll also get an email that notifies me that that has happened. Okay. And then I get that it's a text file that is the actual words that were typed into the chat at any point during the meeting. So we have that record as well. Coming in mid-April, there's going to be the ability to, when you go in and create that meeting from the beginning, if you create it from a nickname or if you make it a nickname on that first screen and then share that nickname with your students in Dojo or Classroom or wherever to join you, then you will be in control of letting them join the meeting. And then also, whenever the meeting is over, if you wait for all of them to leave and end it, because you created it from a nickname, it helps make it a little more safe so they can't just go back in and go back into the meeting later whenever you're not there to watch. So there's kind of some tips on how to keep Meet safe. There is also a quick tip sheet. Everything that I just told you is going to be listed directly below this video on the teacher portal.